Okay, I thought I would go live for the first time, and I don't know what all this stuff is coming up on my phone, but we're gonna see how it works. What I'm gonna do is make a rolled handle to go on this bag I'm making. I've already made the front part. Okay, well, let's see. Anyway, I guess I'm live. Keep going. We're letting more people know. Okay. This is new to me. Anyway, I'm going to make a rolled handle. I did the front part of the bag with the rolled handle. This is a pocket. Now I'm going to do live version of the back part of the bag with the pocket. And I'm going to show you how I do the rolled handle. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, I'm just doing a video live. Hopefully it comes out. Anyway, this is how the handle starts out. First, I want to sew my pocket on at the bottom. I've already centered it on the back of the bag. So I'm going to put the pocket on at the bottom. This is a domestic machine, and I'm hoping nothing goes wrong while I'm live. Do you think it will? Okay, so now I need to put some double stick tape on the back here so I can hold the pocket down. So I'm just going to use 1/4 inch double stick tape. Just enough to hold it down. I don't need a whole lot because this is a domestic machine and the needles do not like this tape. So I'm just going to put it on the back side here, out of the seam, just to hold it down on my fabric so I can get the handles on when it comes time to put the handles on. Oh, that didn't work. The sticky didn't stay on. Oh, come on. There it goes. Okay. I just want to stick that down so that, because when I sew the handles on, the handles are going over this. So if anybody's commenting, I can't answer your comments because I don't know how. So I'll keep going. Okay, so here's my handle. And I've already prepared it. So let's get it rolled up. We got to fold the ends under 3/4 inch. Now on this bag, I don't really need to do that because the bottom of these handles are not going to be seen. But I already cut the handles for another pattern, so because I'm going to sew the bottom here and it won't be seen. It'll be in the seam allowance of the bag bottom. Okay, so let's take this tape off and fold them up. Now this rolled handle pattern I got from a butter bags pattern that I purchased and made. I just altered it a bit to fit the bag that I'm making. Okay, there's one side. Get the other side. And we're going to fold it up And I'm using contrasting thread, so I got to be careful and make sure my stitches are good. Now I'm just folding it in half. After I folded each side in, I cut the handle 5.5 inches wide, and ever how long you need it to go on your bag. The bag I'm making is a Johnnie B bag. I forgot who the designer is, but you can look up Johnnie B. Johnie, not Y. I've made the big one to size. This one is at 75% because I needed a smaller one. And I wanted rolled handles instead of regular webbing handles is what. And she makes rolled handles for hers too, but I do it a little different. Okay, now before we sew it, we got to see how far up we need to stop. So this is going to be sewed onto the side. It also holds the pocket on. So I need to stop, I think 7 inches up is where I need to stop. That's where I did it on the other one. So we're going to go 7 inches up and put a mark. And the same thing on the other side. 7 inches up and put a mark. Not a big mark. Okay, now we're going to sew from the mark on the folded edge all the way around and down and up to the mark on this folded edge. And I didn't put one on this side. I better put one on this side so I'll know where to stop. Right there. And right there. There and there. And there. This is a erasable pen, so the mark will come off. Okay. Here we go. We're going to start with the folded edge. My stitch length on this machine is as high as it'll go. It's at a 4. And I have a narrow foot with a narrow Teflon foot. Took me a while to find one to fit this machine. This machine is old. Let me get over here so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so here we go. Slow and easy. And I'm going to back stitch. I'm going to go across the bottom. Up the folded side. going to only go up to the mark, which is right there. Back stitch. Okay, now in order to get the roll, I gotta figure out which side I like best. I like this side, so that's going to be the outside. So we're going to turn it over and going to roll it and clip it. Now I'm going to start clipping it just a little bit ahead of where I started sewing. So we're going to roll it and clip it. And I'm going to stop clipping it just a little bit after the stitches I first made, just so it holds it together. And this is the roll part of the handle. Now I'm going to sew in the same stitches that I sewed before. Okay, here we go. Okay, that's done. Okay, got it. I got it pretty straight. Okay, now we're going to put it on. We got to put it on our bag. And I'm going to put tape on it to hold it on while I sew it. I'm using 1/2-inch tape here. I'm not going to go all the way up because I'm going to put a rivet in it to also hold it in place. Okay, so this is going to go on like this. So we need to take the tape off, and I'm going to overlap the pocket by about 3/8 of an inch. So this side about 3/8 of an inch. Okay. Now let's get it. What I have to do now is I start down here, I sew up, over, and down and around on both sides. So that's what I'll do next. And I'm going to sew in the same stitches because I'm using a different thread. I don't want to mess it up. Okay, back down the other side, catching the pocket. Okay, there's one side. That looks on the back. Now let's get the other side. like this thick fabric. There it is. Okay, so now we got it on, but we got to put our rivets in, and I need to mark where the holes are going to go. So we're going to put one rivet there. I just eyeball it. I don't do no math, just whatever looks good. I need my hole puncher. I'll just use this, my rivet puncher. I really like this for getting in the tight spaces. Here we go. Sometimes it takes muscles. Time for a cough drop. It never fails. I get to doing something, seems to be turning out okay, and then I get a coughing spell. Here we go. Well, there's one. Let's get the other one. I ordered this off of Amazon, and it came in with this, and it has 2, 4, 5 additional size holes you can punch with it. I really like it. Okay. Now we got to set the rivets. Now I got the rolled handle, and this is the front of the bag. This is the rolled handle and the pocket on the back of the bag. These are the ends of the bag. I've already got them prepared. There's a pocket on the end. It is a bound bag, but it's only bound on these two ends and the front part of the zipper. And I've got the crossbody strap made, and I made these. Oops, there's a piece of thread. This is the crossbody strap that's going to go on it. Now, we got to work on the flap, the top flap. This is the zipper. Isn't that cute? I found that on Waywack. So here's the top flap. And here's the lining. Now I may put additional that flap. Oh well, I guess it'll be okay. It just seems too thin. I'm gonna have to put some additional stiffener in it, but maybe it'll be okay. It doesn't call for it in the pattern. Okay. I think my computer went off. I need to see. Okay, I did that. Oh, I gotta sew the wings on. That's what I gotta do. Before I do the flap, I need to do the wings. Okay. Okay. Is anybody seeing me out there? Because I don't know. Do I need to invite? It says invite. So if I invite, go back up here. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Am I on there? Okay. These are the wings. These wings go out like this. They go on like this. So now, because this fabric ravels, I put some fray ease on it. Eileen's Stop Fraying. I put this on it, and you can. It's still a little sticky, but it's supposed to stop it from fraying. We'll see. Okay. So we need to put this on. To go back to a 2.5 stitch. Oh, it may not let me sew because it's still sticky. Now we need to turn it down with the seam toward the bottom, and we're going to top stitch it. I hope it lets me. It's still sticky. I may have to get some. Get some interfacing. I'll put some interfacing on it. Otherwise it might not go through my machine. Oh, actually the pattern says to spread the seam out and top stitch on both sides, so that's what we'll do. I was about to screw up, so we're going to spread the seam out. And top stitch on both sides. Back to the number 4 stitch. Now just cut that off out of my way. I'm a genius. Cut these threads off. And that's what it looks like. And because I had that non-fray stuff on there, it made it sticky. So I had to put some interfacing on it so it would go under my machine. That's not going to hurt it. If anything, it'll make it stronger. Okay, so let's do the other side. Probably need some under here too. Okay. Back down to a 2.5 stitch. we gotta fold it out. Let's tear that off. We don't need that anymore. Actually, this is tearaway stabilizer. I use it for everything. Okay, so we gotta spread the seam out. Just finger press it open. And because it's sticky, I'm going to use a tearaway stabilizer so it'll go through the machine. I guess I should have let that phrase dry a little bit longer, but I wanted to get this done. Here we go. Now let's go to a top stitch. And get the other side. And there, it's coming together. Okay, let's see. What do I do next? Next it says to put the zipper in. Okay. I need my zipper. So, here we go. The zipper's going to go like that. So I need to take the zipper off. Oh. Yeah. And find the center of the zipper. And mark it. Okay, there's the center of the zipper. I better do both sides. One side goes on the bag, one side goes on the flap. Okay. Now we are putting it right side down with the teeth facing down. Oh, I need to find the center of this too. Alrighty. Let's find the center of this. Line up there. I'm just going to mark it with a clip because I don't want to. Probably couldn't see it. Okay, so the center of the zipper, teeth down, teeth looking down to the ground, teeth down, right side of the zipper with the right side of the fabric. Then we're going to clip it. We're going to clip it all around because we got to sew it down. I don't want to co-host. Join as a guest. Okay, just to let everybody know, this is my first TikTok live. Never done a live before. I just added videos and pictures, that's it. So this is my first live. Not sure if you're hearing me, not sure if anybody's getting this. But it's freezing outside and there's nothing else to do. Okay. And it says we are going to put this. Sure, I'm not going to clip my zipper tape. It says to clip the zipper tape, but I'm not going to do that. And then it says baste into place. Okay, so we're going to baste it into place. Baste is stitch 4, got it stitch 4, so here we go. Baste into place. Oh, here's my pillow. braced it into place. Okay. That's it. Well, it says from there we go to the base. Well, it says go to the base, we go to the base, but we need to put our feet on the base. Okay, here's my base. Now we need to put our feet on the base. I think I'm going to put 5, that's what it calls for. These are my bag feet. And I need 5. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have a little tiny space to work here, so that's why I'm having to move things around now. We need to measure she says 1 3/4 inch from each corner and 1 in the center. 1 3/4 inch from each corner. Is that both ways? One 3/4 inch from each corner. Okay, there's 1 3/4 from each corner. There's the corner. It's 1 3/4 that way and 1 3/4 here. So there's 1. Okay. 1 3/4 that way and 1 3/4 here. So 1 3/4 and 1 3/4. One 1 3/4 and 1 3/4. And then it says 1 in the center. So this is 16 1/2, so that would be 8 1/4 by 7 3/4. So that would be almost 4, 3 1/2. So here, that doesn't look center. That really doesn't look like center, does it? Right there it says it's the center. Or, nope, I didn't think it was. Too far. We need to go right here. There. Alrighty. Let's get my favorite tool. Get my favorite tool. And back as a guest. What is that co-host? I don't know what that means. Co-host. Invite as a guest. I don't want to co-host. I don't even know how to host. Okay, so we're going to go this way. Did it go through? Yes, it did. Okay. So what we do there is we put that through there like that. And push the wings down. Okay. Oh. I punched a hole in my pad. Look. Punched a hole in my pad. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. I better watch out what I'm doing. Okay. And let's get the middle. Did it go through? Okay, now we need some tape. Nothing works better than good old duct tape. And what that does is keep these metal parts from sticking into your lining. Can't forget the middle. Okay. Now the feet are on. And it says to go ahead and sew the base on. Alrighty. We'll sew the base on. Oh, that's going to get thick. I may have to hammer that. You see where that's thick there? I may have to hammer that before I sew it. That's thick where the strap connects. So I may have to hammer that down. I think I'll do that anyway. Just Just hammer that down. Alrighty, get ready for some noise, because we're going to hammer that down. Hopefully that'll make that thinner. Let me hammer from this side. Just give it a good whack. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. Oh, I keep scooting out of my chair. Here we go. Alrighty, let's hope that it goes through okay. 3/8 of an inch. Get back to a 2.5 inch. Okay, now we've got to turn it. And top stitch on the bottom. Okay. I'm going to top stitch the bottom, so back to my top stitching stitch. So a skip stitch. We'll skip stitch on these. If it's too thick, it'll skip stitch. It did okay. It did okay. Okay, now it says the back panel. I gotta get the back panel. the bottom on the back panel. Boy, this is getting big. Now we got the back panel. Here's the back panel. Now we got to stitch the bottom to the back panel. Oh, and we're gonna need to hammer those down. Looks like we gotta do hammering again. I think. Yep. Yep. Oh. Okay, let's whack that down some. Finger in there. Okay, let's check this side. Where that is, we need to I know it's loud. Did I wake you up? Okay. Now, just as before, we're going to sew the bottom on and turn it over and top stitch it like we did before. Here we go. I'm going to sew it on at a 2.5 and a 3/8 inch. Flip it over and top stitch it. Now it's gonna get tricky. Gonna get tricky. Because the throat of my sewing machine is so small. Okay, turn that down. Alrighty. It's starting to look like a bag. Alrighty. Now what do we do? Get my computer over here. Oh, now we got to do the flap. And we got to put the other half of the zipper on the flap. I keep sliding out of my chair. My chair's too tall and my feet are too short. Okay. So we need to get the center of the flap. Get the center of the flap. And match it up with the center. Okay, now we need to go, so that goes like that, yep. So the zipper is right sides together with the flap, the zipper teeth down toward the bottom of the flap. So let's get these pinned on. Okay. I think my battery's about to run out on my phone. Let's see if I can get the flap done before I have to leave. Okay. Okay. Now it says we got to sew. I'm using waterproof canvas. On the inside is the lining. So it says right sides together. Let me get the center of this. Okay. Now we got to flip again. I'm going to sew from that side, I think. Okay. I don't know what those mean. I don't know what it means to co-host. I don't know what that means. Yeah, my battery is running down. Okay, I'm going to have to end this live here because my battery's running down and my phone will be shutting off pretty soon. So I'll post pictures later of the finished product to let y'all see how I did. Now, how do I stop this? How do I stop? Add now, new year. How do I stop the live? Playbook wallpaper. Remove mute microphone. How do I just stop it? What's that? In this live,